All right, welcome back to part 2. I did not anticipate that the video on the first part would take more than 15 minutes. So I'm picking up with part 2. And I'm going to pick up where we left off, which is the compensation for participation. So if there's going to be any compensation, monetary or otherwise, that you're going to provide subjects and conditions under which they must, complete or fulfill your requirements or in order to receive that compensation, that would need to be written here. I'm thinking for most of you, that will be our very favorite, not applicable. Alternatives to participation. So if there's an individual who is not willing to participate, or it says here exactly, subjects are to receive academic credit for research participation, describe alternatives available. Again, I am anticipating that each of you would have your, have the NA. Oh boy, wrong one. Not applicable here. If there is something else, we should talk about that on Tuesday. If you're withholding information, remember we talk about ethics. This is where you would put, details around that, and I believe for all of you, this will also be not applicable. Procedures for debriefing. Really, there won't be any specifically, but you will say contained within your the informed consent information will be an option for respondents to contact the researcher if questions or concerns arise. So basically the informed consent form does include, I don't believe you're required to put your name on it, but it will include my name. So if there is anyone that needs anything post-survey or has any questions, they can contact me. How are you going to handle the data? How are you going to keep it confidential? So you want to say that it'll be kept in a locked cabinet and or password protected file. No one will have access other than the researcher, which is you, and that you will maintain documents for 5 years, at which time you will shred all related information. Subject identifiers, if you were going to link the subjects and who they are to the survey, perhaps if you were doing a pre-post situation in different settings, you would need to explain how exactly you're going to do that. None of you are doing that, so we could put any there. And then the attachments, anything that you've actually decided, or anything that's been required of you. So we ask that you attach your informed consent form, attach your flyers if you're going to hang those up. Any additional documentation that is referenced throughout the application should also be attached to your document. So that is the application in a nutshell. It is only 7 pages. I had to write down here notes for myself so that I remember what the links are for each of these videos. So hopefully you found the last 20 minutes of your life well spent, the time well spent, so that you now know what exactly is expected of you in terms of completion of the IRB proposal. I also hope that you don't think that it is terribly cumbersome or laborsome, since you've already done so much of the work. So thanks, and I will see you guys next week.